Hello and welcome to Avenging Past 7. Today is day 256 of our free-to-play farming guide, and I hope y'all are doing well. I've got no idea what we're going to talk about. There was something... Oh, well, here is something. Here is something. Apparently, The Witcher Season 3 has already been released. Apparently, the first 5 episodes are out. I had a friend talking to me about it last night, and I mean, I've been looking forward to The Witcher Season 3. It came out last month. Almost a month ago. June 29th. I've been looking forward to The Witcher Season 3. I really like Henry Cavill as The Witcher. I've enjoyed the first 2 seasons. And my wife and I just, talked, and we want to see Season 3, but we will not watch Season 4. Because that's when Henry Cavill's gone. But apparently Season 3 already released the first half of the season. And I couldn't believe it. Because I usually know when things release. I usually know. When the Deadpool and Wolverine picture got released recently, like this past week or so, I was on Facebook and I saw 5 posts in a row of that picture from 5 different pages, only separated by one ad. I follow so many different nerd pages, groups on Facebook, that when something gets released, I know about it. I know about it. I either see the video pop up 15, 20 times on YouTube from 15, 20 different pages. I see 15, 20 different posts. I mean, and those 5 posts were not the only posts I saw. I mean, there was then so many other posts. It was like almost the only thing I saw on Facebook. It's just that those 5 stood out to me because they were directly in a row with nothing in between them but one ad. I know about things when they release, or when people have thoughts about it. And I did not know that Witcher Season 3 had been released to the public, or at least the first 5 episodes. No, apparently, nobody cares that Season 3 has been released. Nobody's talking about even the fact that it's out. Nobody's talking about the fact that nobody's talking about it. So I guess The Witcher's dead. Netflix killed The Witcher. Nobody cares enough to even talk about the fact that it's released, let alone that they don't like it. Let alone that they're not watching it. And I think that's a conversation worth having. Studios don't understand their fans, their fan base, or their what's their target demographic. They don't understand the target demographic for what they're creating. They know how to hire an actor people like. They grabbed, Henry Cavill. That was a good decision. It just was a good decision on their part. They knew how to buy the rights to an IP that was an IP that people would really want to see. They knew how to hire an actor that cared about the IP and wanted to play that role. But they didn't know how to hire writers who would care enough to write, who were fans of the IP. They had to go with writers that wanted to write their own story that went against... What are you doing? Man, our cat's making some weird noises. Licking her lips and everything. Um, and they don't know how to keep the fans happy by writing a story the fans would care about, which I think is crazy. I think that it's crazy that writers would purposefully want to write for a show that they don't care about. I really think that that's crazy. And Henry Cavill did the right thing, whether he was fired or he left because he wanted to. I think he did the right thing by saying why. I think he did the right thing by saying why, by saying that he is leaving The Witcher because he was fighting with the writers because he did not like the story they were writing, because he wanted their show to, at the least, honor the source material, and the writers didn't care. They didn't want to honor the source material at all. And so he would fight with them. He would say, no, we need to honor the source material. At the least, we need to have this happen, or we need to have this be said. And I think that that's worth fighting for. From an actor, from a writer's point of view, I think that honoring the source material is worth it, because one thing I've never understood when a show doesn't honor the source material. Because it just doesn't make sense not to. You have your script written out for you. You already have the story written. The product was so loved by fans that it's worth making into a movie or into a show. Like, fans already like this story so much. Your script is written. You just have to figure out what is a reasonable thing to cut out to or change to be better for a show or a movie. Which is understandable. I mean, you can't have a 1,000-page book be the script for a movie. It would have to be like 6-7 hours. But you already have your story written out at that point. Harry Potter proved it. They didn't change the story to Harry Potter. They might have changed a couple characters. Characters aren't, exactly like they are in the books. Some things happened, it got revealed a little bit differently. And things like that, but the story is the same. I mean, I look at Percy Jackson, and I'm excited about the Percy Jackson revival. Sorry. I'm excited about Percy Jackson returning to the screen, because Rick Riordan is directly involved in the casting, in the script writing, in the producing, in the filming. He's directly involved in every decision now for that show. And I think he understands. The fans want the story from the books. They want to see that story from the books brought to live action. Fans made a point, and I figured we'll never get a Percy Jackson revival. We'll never get to see Percy Jackson in live action, because Percy Jackson can't be a movie because the first one didn't work. It's like, well, the first one didn't work because they didn't follow the script. They didn't follow the story of the first book that people wanted to see in live action. But they're bringing it to Disney Plus. Rick Riordan is very heavily involved. Very involved in the creation of this one. And so I'm excited. They have children playing the main actors. The main characters. Because the main characters are children in the book. It just makes sense. It just makes sense to write what the fans want to see. I don't get it. I don't know if I'll ever get it. Ever understand it. I don't know. I am excited, kind of excited about the X-Men 97 revival. Is it 97 revival? The animated X-Men TV show being revived for Disney Plus. I'm excited about that. And what I'm excited about is the writer came out in an interview a while ago now, about a year ago, I think now. Um, and he said that the lead writer said that he will only hire writers who are fans of the show. If someone wants to be a writer of the show, they have to at least watch the show and like be a fan of the show. He won't hire someone that wants to write something different because he knows I think he directly commented in regards to The Witcher and said that he saw what happened with The Witcher and he will not let that happen with this show because he is a fan of the show. I can't remember what show. He mentioned that he was a writer on one of the shows before, possibly even The Witcher. And he saw the fighting between wanting to create a script that honors the original product and just wanting to write a script that they want to write. And it makes me think of the Joker. Now the Joker got lucky, in my opinion, because the Joker was a good script, was a good story. But I think that they misused the Joker and DC IP. I don't think that it's a good Joker movie. I don't think that it is a good movie for, to portray the Joker as a character or as an origin. I don't think it portrays Gotham in a good way or Thomas Wayne. I don't. But it is at least a good story that I don't think portrayed the characters well, but the people enjoyed. People could at least enjoy that story. I think that there's an interview out there where someone said that one of the creators said that they only got Joker because they knew nobody would watch their movie if it was not a comic book movie. Which, to a point, I don't think that they're that wrong. I think that people know that comic book movies sell. Comic book movies were really good for a time. And that's all that people went to see for a while. Now people are going to see some other movies and stuff, but I think it's because we got so used to Marvel honoring the source material. For a while, Marvel was really good at making a live-action version of that character from the comics, bringing the character truly bringing the character to life. Marvel was really good at that for a while. Now there can be some debates on how good they are doing at that now. Sure. But for a while, Marvel knew how to do it. And Marvel was doing a really good job with it. And I think that that's worse. I think that shows how they got to where they were. Iron Man was Iron Man from the comics. He looked like Iron Man from the comics. He acted like Iron Man from the comics. Now, maybe Whiplash wasn't the perfect representation from the comics, but Iron Man was. I think that I'd love to hear if you're still here after this long, I would love to hear your comments on any and all of this. So please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on any of that. Were you aware that The Witcher has been released? Were you aware that it came out at all? because I was not. Y'all have a fantastic day. I will see you next time. And may the force be with you.